Hello and welcome. In this video we will create a C UWP media player application that can play up to 4 media players in sync. In this app you can choose the amount of media players, set them on your screen, and upload the needed media files. By using these different playback buttons you can play, pause and resume the videos. You can also use this slider bar to go to a specific time. Also notice that this video is part of a video series where we create this app that can play 3 media players in sync on different screens. Interested in this project? Subscribe to my channel and check out the first project overview video in the link below. Let's get started. In the previous video, we created a C UWP media player application that can just play one media file. This app only uses one example page, with all the functionalities written on the main page.xaml.cs file. Now we will use more files to develop this app, so let's have a look at our project structure. As you can see, our mediaPage.xaml and its code behind file holds our UI and its functionalities, but not all functionalities. This time, we'll also create some clauses to store some important methods. Our mediaPage.xaml file represents one of our generated media pages. I already created the UI with the needed elements and divided the rest of this video in different parts. First, we'll create a combo box, where users can select their amount of desired media players. In the second part, we'll develop the functionality of the setMediaPlayer button. So when a user clicks on this button, the right amount of media pages are being created. The used method is stored in the setMediaPlayer clause. In the third part, we'll develop our mediaPage.xaml file and its code behind file. Next, we'll create the functionality of the loadVideo buttons, so a user can upload the media file from their directories. This method is saved in the loadMedia clause. In the fifth part, we'll add functionalities to the playback buttons so we can play, pause and resume our videos. In the last part, we'll implement the slider functionalities from the previous video in our app. I already created the UI with the different playback buttons, slider bar and combo box. Let's start with the last one, where users can pick their desired amount of media players. So in a code behind file, we'll add the different possibilities. 1, 2, 3 and 4 as items to our combo box. We also set the selected value of our combo box to 1. When clicking the Set Media Player button, we want to create different example media pages that will play our videos. Because the amount of generated example pages is depending on the user input of the combo box, we have to save this input in the media page amount field. This field is public and static, because its value must be used outside the main page class. I've already created the setMediaPlayer class, but we will create a static async method called createMediaPages. Let's paste in the code to create a new media page. To navigate to your desired example page, make sure you enter the name of your example page right here. We use this for loop that uses our static media page amount field from the main page class. So if the user asks for 3 pages, 3 is saved in this field and its value is used in the createMediaPage method. You can see that 3 media pages have been created. Now we will add some functionalities to the code behind file of our media page. I already placed the media player elements on our example page that will play our uploaded videos. On top of every media page, we want to display the media player ID. So let's create a public static media page ID field in our main page.xaml.cs file that is set at 0. Each time a media page is created, like in our example, the user asks 3 media players, we increment this field value with 1. So each of the 3 media pages gets a different title, like this. Every media page needs a media player object, so it can be used by the setMediaPlayer method of the media player element. Because these media player objects must be used outside of the media pages, we add these objects to a media player list that will be saved in our main page code behind file. Now that we are here, let's also create a media timeline controller object called timeline controller that will control our different media players. So when we press play, we will use the timeline controller.play method to start videos. We add this timeline controller to the timeline controller property of the according media player in our media page. To upload our desired media files, we will add a method to our loadMedia class. Here we will create a media picker method that will take the media player ID as parameter. Let's paste in the code for uploading a media file. I already explained the working of this code in the second video of this video series. Remember that we have created a list of media player objects, when pressing the setMediaPlayers button. The mediaplayer object on position 0 in this list will be used for the first created media page that will play the video that has been uploaded by pressing loadVideo 1. So when we press this button, we pass 1 as parameter. With the loadVideo 2 button, we pass 2, etc. We use this parameter to pick the right media player objects from the media player list. So we set the source of the picked media file to the source property of the right media player object. When we start up our application, we don't want all buttons to be active. So let's disable all buttons except the Set Media Players button. When we set the media players, we activate the play and needed load video buttons. To be sure that only the needed load video buttons are activated, we use the already created mediaPage amount property. By using this for loop and switch statement, we are sure that when, for example, the user asks for 2 media players, only the load video 1 and 2 buttons get activated. We also disable the combo box and set mediaPlayer button. When pressing the play button, we enable the pause button and start the timeline controller, so the different videos start playing. The pause button pauses the video with the timeline controller.pause method. It also disables the pause button and enables the resume button. The resume button resumes the videos, enables the pause button, and disables the resume button. Pressing the quit button stops the application. Just as in the previous video, we will add a slider bar to be able to go to specific moments in the videos. Because I already explained the development of the slider bar functionality and the according concepts, I will just paste, adapt, and explain the change code. If you want a better explanation, you can always check video 2 about the single media player application in my video series. The most of the code is still the same, but there are still 2 differences. First of all, after changing the value of the slider bar, we use the timeline controller to go to a specific position in the videos with timelineController.position. The major difference lies in the maximum duration of the media files. Because now that we have a maximum of 4 uploaded media files, we have to save the max duration of all media files in a newly created dictionary called durationMF. When uploading a new media file, the natural duration changes, so this sender object contains the new duration of the media file. This duration is then saved in our durationMF dictionary with the mediaPage ID value as the key and the duration as value. If you try to upload the video 2 for the second time, there is already a value stored in the dictionary with key 2. So this code in the catch statement will run and change the value associated with key 2. When the user asks, for example, 3 media players and all our media files are uploaded, our dictionary contains 3 timespan objects. If the media files have a different duration, we use the longest duration for our slider max value, so all videos can fully play when using the slider bar. After testing, our application just works fine. I hope you learned something from this video. In the next one, we will use the PyAutoGuide library to move our media players windows to the right location. I hope to see you there. Bye.